Okay, so today we are going to make the Wonder necklace. Okay, this is what it should look like. Notice how the height is too, because when you wear it, you can't touch the coil. Okay, then you notice how I curl these, because we want that to touch our spinal cords. Okay, the spinal cord is what behind the cord. I don't know, the spinal cords into the back of the neck. It's right here. This actually would take everything from the brain and also take it from neck injury or stiff neck. If you have a stiff neck, this works really good. Sometimes you have I'll just say a few things, okay? Because I want to keep this video short. Sometimes you just have like a little headache. That also relieve headaches pretty fast too, though. The bracelet's really fast. You notice I coil it 2 times the amount. Meaning, this is more, a little bit 2.5 times the amount of the Wonder Bracelet. And this is 30 coil. So I would say about 70 coil together. And how do you do that? What I did was I went to the store and get this. And this is 5/16 of an inch. Just a regular, I don't know what they call the, a thread. Like, it's a thread rod. A threaded rod, and it's in the hardware store. And what you do is you use that to make your life easier. And I'll show you really quick. You just put your hand here like this, and you just follow this thing and go around, 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 and around, and around. Then you unscrew it. Okay? I should have done it from the beginning, but okay, let me unscrew it. When you unscrew it, okay, let's say I made 60 to 70 rounds total, okay? Depend on the person. You can do 2. I suggest you to do 2, so that way you will know. Do 1, it's about 50, and do 1 about 60, so it's like 10 winding extra. When you unwind it, it'll come out like that. And if you do it really carefully, it will come out really nice, just like that. Okay? That's how it comes out. Okay? Now, if you wind it the opposite, look how it looks. Isn't that nice? It's kind of like a design, like it's going up and down, and it'll work too. As long as it's round, remember, it has to be round. If you want it smaller, you get the 5/16 rod. And it's right there. Okay? I'll show you that in a separate video later, because I want to speed this up. I'll show you all different type that I have done different coils. For instance, sort of like this, to make them small. Okay? The small ones, I use them like that. A smaller version. Okay? I'll show you that in a separate video, and I'll link it right up here for you. I want to concentrate this on the necklace version. I tried all different kinds. You can see them all over there. I had a whole list history of it too, right up here. If you want to see that video, I had a lot of history on these, of different designs. And I also made this as well. Someone actually asked me about that, saying, why don't you coil the whole thing? When I coil the whole thing, here's what it looks like. And I can't touch that. So it's kind of really messed up. So whoever asked that question, here you go. You see how messed up that is? There is no way to coil this whole thing around. And that's why we have to make them individually. Here's what they don't understand. This is not a bracelet. This is considered medical. Please remember that. It is not like something like, you know, like a Prada bag or Gucci or Nikes or whatever. And by the way, you can give me everything of Prada, Gucci, and Prada and all that crap. I don't even want it either. Okay? I'll take this. That tells you who's behind the camera, okay? Just a little bit about me. Anyway. Why don't you make, the question was, why don't you make it, it goes all the way around? Oh yeah? Here's what it looks like. You know, sometimes you just want to slap somebody, you know. Anyway. Please think before you do things. I wouldn't get where I am if I don't think. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. Sorry. I don't like to get into that world. Anyway. So now you got your windings, right? And then you would get your thing. And I left it as far as I can, or as long as I can. This happened to be around 8 inches long. Okay? This is a little bit over 8, but I'm going to make it 8. And this is 5. I did 5 because this thing here is 6. So I wind it 5, so I'll have enough room to unwind it. You can get it longer too. They have it longer too. Okay? I like to make 2 sizes. I like the 5/16 one and the 3/8 ones. Those are my 2 favorite. But you can go to the hardware store, get a bunch of these. Make them all different size. And like I said, I'll give you all the ideas from another video right up here. Okay? Now, so now we wind everything. Okay? In order to make in something like this, we're going to start with step 1. Step 1 is we need to cut our shrink tubes. Okay? We need 3 of them. One is a little small. And the other one, actually on the end you don't need it. I'm sorry. I forgot. You only need 1 shrink tube. Okay? Because in the other end, we're going to wind it like this. So that way, it would touch our skin more. And that's why we want it long. You see that? Really long. So now, I'm going to move with the next step. It's the same principle. Bend this to here. Like that. Okay? And then we're going to slide this into our stainless steel wire. Okay? Slide it in and set it to here. Okay? Now, I'm just going to blow this in to shrink it. Now you are done. Okay? Let it cool down. Prep the other side. I'm going to help it to cool down a little bit. Now I'm going to prep the other side. Drop this in. And blow that as well. Just a reminder, you don't need it. If you have a steady hand, you don't need the shrink tube. You can just take a wire and wind around it to keep it from moving, because we're going to use our drill next. So the next step is the drill. Okay, I'm going to move out just a little bit. Next step is the drill. And then we use our plier. Okay, same principle. So let me put in the drill. Hold it right here, like we do with the bracelet. And then just wind. Leave it long, bigger, okay? Because we are using for our neck. We want positive and negative attached to here, okay? Switch it on to the other side. Do the same thing. The hardest part on this is the winding. This right here, because it takes, that's the most time consuming. But now you have something to do it, so it's easy. It's just time consuming. Now do the same thing. Okay? And you are done. The next things you need to do is to straighten your work out. Because remember, we cannot touch the coil. We want it to look something like this. Here's the difference. You see that? This will rest on your neck. Okay? This will rest on your neck. Like that. And this, my neck's a lot bigger, so this will touch behind of your neck like that. So that way it touches your skin. Okay? And I curl it downward. The spiral going down. Why? It's because gravity will pull that, and this will help it to hold on. So it looks something like that right there behind you. And remember, this is for medical. You don't wear this 24/7. Oh, never wear 24/7. Okay? So that's what it will look like. Now, since we have our things done and it's cooled down, we want it to pull this up a little bit because we want it to be away from the stainless steel. So pull it away, curl it like right here, you see it? Just pull it out a little bit. Now you have something like this. One go a little up, you want it to be up, so just pull it up. This should look something like that. Okay? So you can see, if this was a surface, your skin, this will stays up top. You bend it right around here, you curl it right around here, just like this. Okay, so make it, once you're done, test it out and see how they look. I actually like this one better because this one's a little stretched out. I did it a little bit too long. Now, how do you solve this end? You know your neck is never like that. You know your neck is round. This one here, I do it almost every 2 inch. I round them off almost every 2 inch until they become round. Okay? I did 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. I'm going to do 4 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have that much left of metal. You noticed. Okay? I got about this much. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, remember, we want as much metal as we can, but we don't want that to rub against our skin either. So make sure to make this nice so it won't rub against your skin. Just round it off. Or you can get the file and file it. Okay? Now if you measure this, let's see. It's about close to 7.5. So I need to make it about 7.5 as well, right over here. So right around here. Okay? So about 7.5 for me. But measure your neck first before you cut, okay? Then, because this is standing upward, we want to curl this downward. So all you do is when it's straight, like this, you're gonna love this necklace. Oh my. When you feel like a stiff neck, like sometimes, oh my, this stiff neck. And yes, there is another video coming for this too, okay? You're gonna find out what it does. Oh my. I am telling you many times on videos and many times on camera, I will open the medical community world up. I promised. No one gonna say that on video either. I promise. I'm gonna open up the world communities up. The medical community up. That's all I'm gonna say for now. Okay. Then just use a small plier and go round and round. Just coil onto each other. And round. And round. And I do one more. Then I spread it out a little bit so it can be even. I'll hold it. Okay? It's probably like 1 inch in diameter. Why? Because we want this part to touch our skin. So that way our electrons or ions will transfer to this and go to the coil. Okay, do it again. Hold it right there. Go round, round, round. You don't have to worry about right now. Just make it round. Then come back and fix it. In this case, you see that it goes downward, so all you just bend downward like that. That's it, and you're done. Now, come back and just fix this so it can look nice. Okay, we want it to do a job, but also we want it to look nice. And see how it becomes. Now you just have to make sure those two would look configured nicely or whatever you want. Doesn't matter. You're the one that's wearing it, so it don't really matter. But we're wearing only this on the inside anyway. But I'm going to make it nice. So now it looks something like this, both of them. Same thing with this one. I made this a little bit bigger because I want it to be bigger. Now test it out on your skin or on your neck to see how it feels. If you have to adjust these, adjust these. Okay? This one's a little shorter than that one. So I'm going to wind it in just a little bit more. You know, if you know by now, if you know me by now, I'm a perfectionist. Yep. Believe it or not, I'm a perfectionist. Sometimes it's bad to be a perfectionist because you waste a lot of time. But anyway, so now here's what it looks like. You put it on and it'll stay just like that. Now you notice how it didn't touch anything. Okay, so make sure that it doesn't touch anything. You can put this on your t-shirt, on top of your t-shirt. And if it does touch, then move this to a way that it doesn't. Move the coil in a way that it doesn't. We don't want it to touch. Then in the back, it should look something like this. Whoops, I have that upside down. It should look something like this in the back. Okay? Where it touches your neck. These two cords. Okay? Imagine there's two cords here. Sorry, I don't have a thing like I would mark it. Just right here. These two muscles right here. You want them to touch that. Okay? From your neck. And that's where it's going to steal your so-called electrons. Or in my case, it's actually decay. Decay particles. It steals decay particles. It steals electrons that you don't need. Remember this, okay? We always need radiation. And here's the thing that I didn't say in some of the videos, and I'll say it now. Radiation is one of those things that you cannot live with it, and you cannot live without it. Okay? That's one of the things in this lifetime. You cannot live with it, but you cannot live without it, because you need it. And yes, I will make those videos later explaining my findings about radiation. Yes, we need ionizing radiation. Non-ionizing or low radiation is what hurting all of us. And this, what takes the low radiation and decayed radiation out of your body fast. So that way your body can function. Okay? And that's what it is. Somebody probably gonna say, can you put this on forehead? I'm pretty sure you can if you use the same method and you can try. You can make it. I'm pretty sure. The only problem is probably you're gonna have to do it backward, because you want this to touch your forehead. That way it'll relieve some of the stuff, but I believe back of your neck is very important, because that's where all the communications and stuff is being traveled through. And by leaving it here, you'll be able to remove that quickly. And that's why I call this the Wonder Bracelet. Actually, now, well, the Wonder Bracelet is regular. Now it's the Wonder Necklace. So now we can call this the Wonder Necklace. And that's how it's going to look like when you wear it. Okay? This will rest on your skin. This stays in the air, doesn't touch anything. And this is where it will touch your skin, in the back of your skin. Make sure to touch that, okay? And do not wear 24/7. Remember this before I go. Always listen to your body. As soon as your body feels good, take them all off. Okay? Me, personally, I use this when I'm tired, and I use this when I have a stiff neck. And it only lasts like 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I take them off. Okay? I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned some tips in this video. Most importantly, you learn about your body and what is hurting us all of this time. But we don't know it until now. And yes, make these. And I promise your health will be awesome. Other than that, that's about it on this video. I will see you in the next video.